the biggest thing, Black women, that we need to realize when it comes to our hair is make sure it's healthy. One look, and I breathe. All right, ooh, camera cut off. There we go. All right, so hey boo hey, I am in here doing my daughter's hair, and normally I don't record while I'm doing her hair, but I wanted to talk about some things. So yesterday, I had a client. Hold on, I'm trying to look for something to prop up my phone. But I had a client yesterday. Hold on. Oh my gosh. All right, so I wanted to record because my daughter is natural, and I was watching The Black Beauty Effect yesterday with a client, telling my client about it because that's one of my favorite documentaries that's on Netflix. And the idea of Black women being natural. I'm natural myself, short, pixie natural, and my daughter is natural. And some of the things that we have to deal with as being naturals, I know my daughter here, Lonnie. How do you feel when you're told that your hair is nappy? Whoa.
It makes me irritated.
Why?
Because it's like we put all this time and effort into actually making it look presentable, and they're going to say that.
I'm not going to answer the call.
At that point, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, actually it's not for whatever reason, it makes me realize, like, as Black women, we're sometimes told that we have to make sure our hair is always looking presentable. Like, if it's not, like, actually my hair I'll probably be told by a few folks that I love that I need to curl my hair, or I need to do something to my hair because it's out of place. Like, things are out of place. And as a mother, I work really hard to make sure to build up my daughter, to make sure she loves her hair in every form and everything. And it's just like the biggest thing, Black women, that we need to realize when it comes to our hair is make sure it's healthy. Some people oppose the relaxer. I actually have relaxed my sides. I have a relaxer in here for my clients. I don't oppose relaxer. What I do oppose is neglecting our hair. We like to do a lot of protective styles. And I feel, from what I've heard from clients in my chair, the protective styles is because we don't feel like doing our hair. When I say we, I'm one of those people, like, I like for my hair to be a little more tamed. That's why it's blown out. But I wrap it flat, and I'd rather keep it flat. Not her turn the volume up. I keep it flat to make it easier when I am on the go. Because it's like, you just want to always make sure you look presentable as a woman. One of the best ways, regardless of whether your hair is relaxed or natural. My daughter's hair is natural. We just pressed it out. And I wanted to talk to you about some key tips.
You know what this makes me think of now?
This is why I don't talk around her.
You know how people, like, I don't know who it is, but there be a church walking around in the white capes.
Sit down, Alana. Sit down. Yeah. But anywho, all right, so we back. So one of the best ways to make sure to maintain healthy hair, okay, regardless of whether you're relax or natural, short or long, okay, you want to get them ends trimmed, okay. Your hair goes through phases of growing, not growing, staying still, and then shedding, right? But your hair has to be pruned just like the trees outside. And so you want to make sure you get your ends trimmed correctly. When I don't want to say correctly, but properly, meaning get them trimmed. You should get them trimmed at least every 6 to 8 weeks. to make sure that they're healthy. So my daughter also has color in her hair, so we have to make sure that we take care of that. Anytime you put any type of chemical in your hair, you have to make sure you take care of your hair. I do a deep hydrating conditioner when I do my daughter's hair, hydrating shampoo, clarifying shampoo. So last week, she's young, she's a teenager. Last week, she wanted to rock a ponytail. The amount of gel and holding spray that was on that ponytail, like, that sucker did not move. It was like stiff will. Like, it wouldn't move. It was
My
like,
friend, she like went to like she was like kind of being funny and like shaking my head. She was like, "It don't move," and I was like, "It do move," and I pushed my hand forward. She said, "Oh, push it back down."
yeah. So anytime you put something that holds your hair like that, it's gonna dry it out. Like, if your hair is dry and brittle, it is more likely to shed when you comb it because it's weak. It's dry. It's just gonna break because it's dry. It's almost like if you get too cold, how it could just break. So the same thing can happen with your hair. So since my daughter go back and forth between wearing her hair, Lana, feet flat. Thank you. Um, we want to make sure we're trimming her ends. So whether you short, relax, or natural, long or short, you want to make sure you're getting your ends trimmed to make sure you're taking care of. If you have any type of chemical, if your hair is bleached or lightened, the correct word is lightened, you want to make sure you are definitely hydrating your hair. And we do occasionally do a bond building treatment for my daughter's hair. Bond building would be like a Olaplex or a K18. But it was a bond builder on there to help strengthen these bonds to keep them nice and strong. Because if your bonds are weakened, they're easily the bonds, if they are weakened because of chemical or mistreatment on your hair, it makes it easier for it to be broken. Think about the weak link. Your bond, if you have a weak link of bond in your hair, it makes it easier to be broken. So hydrating and getting your ends trimmed. Also, you want to make sure you're hydrating yourself as well. Like, drink your water. Like, when you're dehydrated, one of the best ways that people could tell, or one of the first ways doctors could tell, is because of your urine, your nails, your skin, and your hair. I also have a 4-year degree in exercise science, and so that means I'm licensed to work with. I can work with athletes if I want to. And hydration, hydrate, and moisturize. But today, since I'm doing my daughter's hair, we're talking about. Hold on, she need to hold her head up. We're going to talk about making sure that we're taking care of this hair, especially since it's color treated. So I know a few people on TikTok has asked me about being relaxed and bleach. You can, if you're professional. Are you laughing at me? Professional. If you are a professional, if you go to a professional, I'm a professional, you can do that, but relaxing your hair blows that cuticle wide open. Putting any type of chemical opens up that cuticle and can make it weak, which is why you want to make sure your hair is strong before. Prior to doing my daughter's color for her back to school hair, we did a protein treatment like twice prior to her getting the color, because I want to make sure her hair was strong, and it is. There's no damage going on. She's had color before, and we didn't do the best job. I say we because I'm her mother. Yes, she's a teenager. She should be able to do stuff her own. But we just didn't do the best job of taking care of it. But you know better, you do better. She wanted her whole hair color. I said, we gots to do better, okay? Gots to. And I meant it just like that. So when I trim most of my clients' hair and my daughter's hair, I like to go up in here and make sure everything is thoroughly trim. This is technically considered like a all over cut, but it's just to make sure that it does kind of give little layers, but it's going to make sure that her hair is trimmed properly. Okay, if you just go and dust the ends, but if all the hair is not the same length, you just working down here. If your stylist or if you yourself decide to just cut right here, but your hair from up here isn't down here, you're not trimming your hair properly, okay? So therefore you still gonna have breakage. All right, so hey boo, hey y'all, look at how gorgeous my daughter's hair. I'm sorry, she's just coughing. Look at how gorgeous. It feels so good. It feels so good. Let me tell you, I was just telling, I trimmed my ends in the back because it was feeling rough. I don't know if other professionals could feel this, but I could feel when the hair needs to be trimmed. Okay, it feels rough on the ends. It feels rough on the ends, and by me being blind, it's gonna keep straight. By me being blonde, it's like you could see. Blonde shows all your imperfections, almost any color but black. But the darker colors show your imperfections. And I think my camera is crooked, y'all. It do. Hey, but anywho, I think I fixed it. But her hair, Alana, feel your own hair. How does your hair feel?
Like I just got a chill when you moved it.
But no, Raya, like it's smooth. Like, and that's how your ends should be. We do need to go buy some ponytails for volleyball practice. But anywho, back to the healthy hair. Like when your hair, it should just be smooth. You should not feel. Sometimes you need your ends trimmed. If you comb your hair and it sounds like someone's biting into an apple, if you hear that, you need your ends trimmed. It is. If you bite into an apple, like a nice crispy apple, that crunch that you hear, you're going to hear that when you comb through your hair. Also, if your curls are, they doing a nice little curly curl, then all of a sudden it's like, it's like they look like they're trying to, the strand trying to pop lock, and then it's like a curl. Where it start pop locking it and start doing this, it goes from cute curly to looking like opposite and just looking retarded. That's also where you need to start cutting your hair at. And a lot of people, we equate long hair with good hair, and long hair is not always good hair. Healthy hair is good hair. Okay. All right, so hey boo, hey, like mic check 1 2. So as I was stating earlier,